What's going on, y'all? So listen. So we're back again for another episode review of Black King Crew season 6, episode 2. Um, so let's just get right into it. It starts off with before I get into it, well no, let me just go ahead. So the new shop, well, the old shop, 113th is finally open. It's remodeled. It looks so much better than it did before. It looked like it's so much more space and everything. And, Melody, like, okay, we get it. You're the manager. You did make some stuff happen. That is your job at this point. You want everybody to kiss your ass and give you a cookie for it. Quit mentioning what you did, what you did, what you did. We get it, okay? She made a new hire also. Caesar and what that girl named Sky, they came down too, and they seen the shop. They liked the shop. It's just so convenient that they came down when the door was opening. But okay. Um, Other than that, everybody was just going over some stuff, and then Sky started mentioning about what happened with Duchess and the interview and all that shit. This is what I'm about to say on that. I don't give a fuck about Duchess. I don't care to look at any interviews with Duchess. I don't care what Duchess claims to be is true or not. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about that bitch, okay? When I tell you I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like, she could say all the shit that she want to say about the show being fake, about this, about that, or whatever. Bitch, you was a fucking part of it, okay? You played along with it if so. Whether you got fired or whether you left, you're no longer here. No one fucking cares. They have to mention your ass because you were a part of the show last season and all the shit that went down. They can't just X your ass out like you was a nobody because you was a big part of the bullshit that happened in the shop. So that's why they keep continuing to mention your name, and you was fucking the main owner, the actual owner of the shop. That's what was going on. So of course your name will be mentioned, especially the facts that you want to put out diss tracks and all that shit. And then, talking to Sky Sun and all that stuff. I don't give a fuck what the circumstances were. That shit, that's a line that you shouldn't cross, okay? Whether you had good intentions, bad intentions, no. All right. I don't care what went on. I don't want to know. And you tagging along with the same bitch that you did the interview with, like, that's some shiesty ass shit, regardless of what you trying to say. You trying to say people trying to do stuff for ratings or whatever. Bitch, Black Ink Crew, this season premiere got more ratings and more viewers than the other seasons ever did with you on there, with you off. So, and people gonna tune in to watch anyway because your ass ain't on here because we couldn't stand your ass. But bitch, whatever. Living your life, do whatever you gotta do to get some attention. We don't give a fuck. I spend too much time on you. But moving on from that, like I said, Melody got a new hire. Some dude that she met off of Instagram named Alex. Okay, well she didn't even meet him. She saw him on Instagram. That motherfucker come up in the place and he said his name is Vagina Slayer. Now, it was funny. It was stupid at the same time. I was like everybody else who laughed or whatever. Melody, it was a little sexist and misogynistic, but she just took it overboard if you ask me. I don't think he was trying to be rude with it. I think that's what people really do call him. And, even Caesar was taking it back a little bit, but he didn't think too much of it. Niggas, whatever. I just felt like Melody was doing just a tad bit too much. But don't say that you something and then you come in there with your client. She about to get this nigga name tattooed over, and they set that shit up, making it seem like he was really about to get in there and put in some fucking work, bitch. They set that shit up only. And when I say they set it up, the cinematography of how they had it going, showing him setting other things, showing him getting the pumps, showing him seeing everything calibrated. Only for the gun not to be working, bitch. They ain't gonna come out there season talking about some, my gun don't work. Nigga, and then gonna say some, like when them white people turned you away or whatever, you came out here and did what you had to do, and I'm just trying to get up on your level. I said, this nigga just pulled the black card on a black fucking man. And it worked. It worked. He said, bitch, you get one more chance and that's it. Okay? And the reason why Melody has to hire him is so that they can get some more revenue in the shop. Because her boyfriend, baby daddy, come in there and say that, hey, bitch, I got a letter from the IRS saying that you owe $30,000. So she needs to get that money. First, she was like, I pay my taxes. Then she goes and she said, bitch, something ain't right. I then got the numbers fucked up. So I really do owe that much money. I said, damn, $30,000? Fuck. Okay. So after that, she trying to get some more money in so she can help pay this shit off. We see that fuck ass shit that he pulled up in next week, talking about some this our new house. I said, are you serious? I would have been over it, bitch, okay? But y'all got a baby. You might as well went and got a tiny house, not no fucking mobile ass RV looking like. Not, what? What? Okay. Anyway, moving on from that. They gonna throw a party. That's fine. It's always what it is. Caesar decides to stay up in New York, and Ted and Caesar was with his mother and his aunt, which is Ted's mom. And they was having a little family get together talking about stuff. And Teddy mama calls him a thought, okay? Because Teddy was like, the nigga probably got a STD or something. Took him to the doctor, okay? This motherfucker. This motherfucker sat in that doctor's office and told that man, I use condoms all the time. Only when I'm getting my dick sucked, I don't use no condom. I said, damn, you can't curb your tongue the way you talk to your professional doctor or whatever. When I get head or when I get fellatio, I don't use protection, stuff like that. This motherfucker sat here and dead ass said, because the doctor said, you can get sexually transmitted diseases from oral sex as well. You can get chlamydia, you can get gonorrhea, you can get HPV, you can get, genital warts and all that stuff. You can get just about every sexually transmitted disease, whether you penetrate a bitch in her vagina or you penetrate a bitch, her mouth. Okay, bitch? The shit be dormant, the shit can just flow through and all that stuff. Girl, this motherfucker sat here on national TV and said, what type of new information is he getting this shit from? Because I ain't never seen this on no goddamn commercial or on no public access channel. You are 40, probably older than that, but I know you 40. And for you to sit here, a grown ass man with big ass lips like that, to say some stupid shit like that, bitch, you must have fell asleep in sex ed class. You must have fell asleep. Did they have sex ed class back in your day? Because, bitch, we learned all this in sex ed. Okay, we learned all this in health class. Bitch, what the fuck? Like, he dead ass let that shit come out his mouth. He had a sexually transmitted disease on the next preview. I said, girl, stupid. Just fucking stupid. Okay? Sky goes and sit down, with with her mother, and they go over the things that was happening with this whole interview that Genesis did, her oldest son, and the father of him coming out talking about the adoption wasn't legal, and how all of a sudden his viewpoint on the thing started to change from 2 years ago. And they played that tape back to make sure that, hey, bitch, when we first met up, we said it wasn't on hard feelings. I apologize for a lot of stuff. You accepted that apology, and you even said that you wish you could have did more and all this stuff. Now is she took the kids away from me when she took him away from me and I didn't even know, and I couldn't find him. The adoption wasn't legal and all this shit and woo woo woo. It's a whole totally different story. And that's why at this point in time, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I ain't listening to no shit. I'm just gonna follow this fucking. I don't care for the outside shit, because I feel like everybody is lying in some type of way. Everybody got something to gain out of this. They want attention or whatever. Bitch, that's what you doing and that's what the fuck you get. Okay. Sky did have to ask her mama, was the adoption legal? And I guess Sky did have the kids for at least 4 years or so. But at that time, Sky started going to jail, in and out of jail. And during the stint where she was in jail when she was 19 years old and her mama was watching the kids, her mother was on drugs and she was bipolar, manic bipolar, depressive. And, she couldn't take care of the kids. They was in a shelter. She started talking to some people and she gave the kids to them. And I said, oh, that sounded illegal as fuck. But she said it was legal adoption. And so my whole thing is this. For people to keep on blaming Sky, and for even the baby daddy to blame Sky and say, oh, the adoption wasn't legal or whatever, that was out of her control. Because first of all, when I first heard of it, I thought she was younger than that. I thought they just gave the kids away right after they got born. No, she had them for a few years. She tried to be a mom, but it just didn't work out because she knew the bitch couldn't, because she was young as fuck and she was in that street life for white, okay, in and out of jail. So the next best option was to, give the kids away. And her mom decided to do that shit, but she did eventually sign off on it. So therefore, if it's illegal or whatever, put that on her mama, because she was in jail. She just had to sign the papers or whatever afterwards. And the way that they made it sound, it did sound kind of illegal, but the mama said it was a legal adoption. So hey, it is what it is. I don't blame Sky, and I don't blame her mother for giving them kids up either, because given how her life has turned out, yeah, she's trying to get on the right foot now in somewhat of a way, but she didn't need those kids. Kids raising kids is not always going to be a positive outcome, and I would rather you give a child up for an adoption and take that 50-50 chance that child gets into a better home than what you were able to provide and get loving parents. And I said 50-50 because you just don't know. Sometimes these kids can go a different way and get into get with a foster parent family that's terrible. You just don't know. But her kids lucked up to get into a good home. So she did the right thing in my honest opinion, So that was a good little sit down talk. And it was real nice to hear at the end of the episode with Skylar's storyline for this week. She was talking to her friend Allison, and she said she had her, kid's adoptive mother, Candace, her phone number down in Texas, and she wants to call her, but she was scared, and Allison was giving her the encouragement. And she got on the phone and she talked, and Candace was really cool with it and everything, and really inviting, and didn't sound like she had any hostilities or any fears or anything about it. And she was just like, I want you to come down to my home and visit the kids, and we're gonna see that happen next week. Do I blame, regardless of this whole shit with Sky, Genesis, and all this stuff? I've heard part of his stuff about how, she knew some things and didn't reach out to him when he was in prison and shit like that. Do I blame him for feeling a certain way towards Sky? No, I don't. No, I don't blame any child who grew up in a system or, in another home outside of their own for feeling like pissed off or having ill feelings for a reason or, for a time or whatever. That's only natural, okay? And maybe them meeting up and them actually trying to, have a face-to-face or whatever and talk it out, yeah, it could probably make things better. It's a start. I'm not faulting him at all. I think shit just happens. Moving on from that shit. The whole Teddy situation, that shit struck a chord with me, and it should have struck a chord with just about everybody else who has ever heard of the name Kalief Browder, because that's all that I was thinking about. And it's in New York, and it's Rikers Island. That's all that I was thinking about when he was talking to Caesar about his brother. He has an older brother that's already in jail for life, okay? His younger brother has been sitting in Rikers Island for, I guess, conspiracy to do something. They trying to, some gang related stuff. Want to charge him with a homicide or whatever the fuck, but they have yet to really charge him, and he has yet to have a bail hearing. That motherfucker been up in Rikers Island for 4 years, since 2013. And I'm just sitting here like, Kalief fucking Browder. That shit hit me so hard. Like, that is fucked up. So fucked up. And when they went up there, because they finally, mind you, he said they finally finna give a trial. And then his mama was like, it's a pre-trial. I said, ain't that some bullshit? 4 years sitting up in a fucking jail cell on Rikers fucking Island and didn't even get a bail hearing yet. And then you just gonna get a nigga a pre-trial, okay? And then when they finally went up there to go see him, Teddy talking about how his brother don't even look like his brother no more. Like, his mind is not even right like that. And that's fucked up. Go, if you don't know the story with Kalief Browder, go and look him up. That boy was up in jail for something that he did not do, okay? And the evidence was right there that clearly could have pointed out that he did not do. He did not have the money to get out, okay? And he was spent like 2-3 years in Rikers Islands getting beat up by the cop, the security, the cops and all that in there, plus the inmates. Then came out. The motherfucker was not right in the head and eventually committed suicide. Okay? And that's all I was thinking about with his brother. And that's so fucked up and so sad. They gotta do fucking better. Like, ugh, that just made me mad. Anyway, moving on from that. This whole situation with Donna and Max. So, Kitty and the girls, Kitty and Ling, I was about to call her Ling Ling, that is wrong. What is her name? Y'all know they went out to go play tennis. Okay, girl. They finna play tennis. She said, I know she been going through some stuff with Max and, that nigga calling and, doing all this other fuck shit. So I'm trying to get her mind off of stuff. Let's go hit some balls. I said, girl, please. She got knocked in the face with a ball. And, Donna's boyfriend came out there to the tennis court and brought her a little puppy dog. And it was really cute. I said, oh, so sweet. Dogs ain't cheap, okay? These little animals is not cheap. So that was really cute. That was really nice. And then she said she reached out to Maxwell, who was her ex-husband, the nigga that was putting his hands on her. Mind you, this shit pissed me off. I'm gonna tell you why. She reached out to her the sister, his sister, because she said they was once friends, all right, to see if it was really true that he getting out or whatever. And she said the bitch started coming at her, talking about she gonna beat her ass, she gonna get her and all this shit. And it was like, what you doing that for? Because you lying on my brother's name and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting here like, girl, are you serious? And then, later on in the episode, they were supposed to have a little party. Everybody's being cool. Everybody's having a good time. Walt drunk as fuck, okay? He going up to everybody, anybody, asking them this, asking the girls that. Everybody turning him down a little bit. This one bitch, what her name? Erica with a U, whatever. He talking to her. She, I guess, look cute to him. And they chatting it up. And then all of a sudden, she was like, y'all hiring... I said, bitch, you butted him up to ask for a fucking job. He was like, I mean, she cute, she brown skin, she all that. We do need a receptionist, so hey, yeah, we hiring, but I ain't got the authority to do that, all that shit. But hey, it is what it is. After all of that went down, they go back to the main spot. And then all of a sudden, these two girls come in. One girl with these big ass titties, all just out on display. And this how I knew that a bitch wasn't really down at a fucking fight. You wanna know how? Because if you wanna fight a bitch, this was Maxwell's sister, okay? You ready to fight a bitch? You would have came prepared just like the bitch that was next to you, your homegirl that you brought with you, bitch. You came out with your titties out and all this shit, and to be seen by these niggas up in the shop, and the fact that the cameras was out there, you came prepared to be on TV because your shit was more laid than the bitch that was with you, okay? The bitch that was with her had had on some regular pants, some gym shoes, and all that shit, hair in a ponytail. She had fighting attire on, okay? She knew what was finna happen. She knew something might pop off, so let me get the fuck ready. This bitch came thinking that her girl was gonna take up for her, and she ain't gotta fight a bitch, okay? Let me put my titties out. Let me do all this and all this shit. I said, girl, you look stuffed as fuck, bitch, okay? Pop them things, put them things back. You ain't finna get no dick out of nobody up in this motherfucking shop, bitch. What you want? What you want, bitch? You don't want no fucking smoke? Donna said, bitch, let's go out to the back. So I was like, who the fuck is this? This Maxie, Maxwell's sister. So what's the fuck you doing up here, bitch? Why you up here talking shit about my brother? Well, my brother don't even fuck with you like that, okay? What are you talking about? He ain't, you up here putting his name through the dirt and shit like that. So you trying to tell me Maxwell ain't never beat my ass? No. And if he did, bitch, you the one that kept going back. You kept going back. And I said... And then the other bitch in the behind her gonna say something. But that's her brother though. That's her brother though. I don't give a fuck. If I ever find out a family member of mine was beating a bitch ass, I'm not gonna take up for you because I'm not here for that. There's one thing, it's family and it's loyalty, but it's also called you not being disloyal when you call a bitch out, okay? And you stand up for what's fucking right and and you call them out for what's wrong, okay? You being a fucking enabler when you up there standing by blindly saying, I don't give a fuck, that's my brother though. I'm gonna stand by him and all that shit. You know damn well your brother be putting hands on bitches. Just look at the motherfucker. The nigga ain't even got no teeth. Donna ain't got a tooth either. But the nigga ain't got no teeth. He probably bust that shit out her mouth. Okay? I don't think that bitch gonna get on TV and lie on this little dumb ass nigga when he on the phone threatening her. Threatening to beat her ass and all this shit. Last season, we seen that. They played that shit back. So I'm just sitting here like, are you serious, girl? Are you serious? And then gonna say, well, you kept coming back. Bitch, you sound like a bitch that's probably currently in a fucking domestic abusive relationship right about now. You sound like you still fucking your baby daddy after he beat your head in too. Okay? Because who says that to another female? Who said that to another woman? All right, and you know your brother ain't shit, bitch, because you ain't shit, okay? You're a trash ass whore, too. And then the other girl tried to pop up and say some shit. Donna pulled out some mace. Okay, now usually I have a problem with this, but then, girl, I don't like them hoes, so mace them bitches. And she caught them bitches off guard. Bitch, you gonna come to my shop, you gonna come to my place of work, and you wanna start some shit. So be prepared for some shit to happen. You should have been prepared. You should have closed your eyes at some shit, and you got sprayed in the fucking face, knocked your ass off fucking kilter. So therefore now I got the upper hand since you wanna come in acting a little bitch like you gonna do something. You gonna try to step up, but you couldn't step up, bitch. Don't talk when you come in there trying to say some shit to me. Bitch, I can't wait till Friday. Don't talk when you come and trace some. Don't come in talking, bitch. Let's throw hands right in there. You said you're gonna beat my ass and we're gonna get this in when you see me. Beat my motherfucking ass soon as you see me, bitch. Go and do what you say you was gonna do. We didn't say we was gonna fucking talk. You said you was gonna fucking fight me. So you took too fucking long. Donna sprayed that bitch, okay? And y'all bitch was wilding on the fucking floor and everybody got involved. I was here for it. Cause I don't like people that do stupid shit like that. Like, girl, don't talk shit like that. And then when it's time to come scrap, you can't do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. Bitch, fuck out of here. Anyway, that was Black Ink Crew, y'all. If I missed something and wasn't important, put it down in the comments. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.